What's up, everyone? Happy Tuesday. We are on the way to the gym to flex the physical reps with my clients, but you know that on Tuesdays and Thursdays we're jumping on prior to flex the mental reps. You guys, this is Run 2 Gun Reps. We're on week 12. I can't believe we're on week 12. That's a long haul, and that's some consistency here, but we're doing some great things, and we're working at being better. That way, at the end of the year, when we're taking our toast and we look back on our dreams, ambitions, and our goals, that we have taken steps this year to do that. And I want to start today by talking about a little story. And this was back in 2014, and it was my first elk hunt with a bow, and it was my first really true big west, going out west. It was in New Mexico. And it was really my first big western hunt with a bow, and it was the second day of the hunt. It was in the afternoon. We went back into some pretty rugged country because we saw an elk. We glassed up an elk back up in there, bedded down early afternoon. We've got nothing but rain for the prior couple days of scouting, and leading up to this season too, it was like nothing but a torrential downpour of rain. So we looked like we were gonna have some sunshine that afternoon. We saw this elk bedded down. We were gonna get up on him. So we hiked in several miles, went up this nasty mountain to kind of try to find this elk. And we got up in there, and lo and behold, we got within 20 yards of this elk. And I shoot this elk with my bow, and we get them all cut up, processed, and it's almost dark. We gotta get back to we're hauling meat out now, right? We're hauling everything out. Well, we were in there back in there far enough, and we had enough of us, there was 4 of us, that we could pack that elk out in one haul. And this was before I had the nice pack I have now. So I'm really rocking this 2200 Tenzing day pack, which I don't suggest ever hauling an elk out with. But I had that thing overloaded to get this elk out of there. So way too much weight on my back for this thing. And so you're hauling out a ton of weight on your back. It's the first time you're kind of doing this type of rigorous pack out. So I'm not really used to it at all. And I maneuver my way down this mountain in the dark, right? Really rocky terrain. It's narrow. Maneuvering the antlers are on the pack as well. And you're going through, and it's just like, you're trying not to trip and fall. And this is down this big old steep mountain. We get down, and we have to go right back up one and right back down another. We had to do that 2 times. And it was rough, you guys. It was rocky, it was steep, it was thick. And you just get absolutely worn out. And you kind of start getting worn out mentally as well. It's late at night, it's dark. But finally, as you're going, we got down past that second one, and we took a little break. Sat down for a few minutes and got some rest, and then we got back on the trail. It was narrow, and then things just started opening up. We got into this valley, and the rest of the way out, the path widened. You didn't have to pay attention so much. You could kind of just put your head down and walk. Kind of got on this little path and got back out to where the trucks were parked and got everything out of there. And man, how much easier it was when we got down to that portion on the base of that mountain where we could get on that path and just kind of get on some flat, wide ground and get there, right? And it's like that in life too, that we talk, we're on week 12 of this, and we talk about how we're always, we're working at and we're training at being better and doing it differently in 2021. But there's often times in our life that everything around us and our circumstances get really overwhelming and really stressful, and we can just feel that anxiousness. And that during those times, once in a while, we have to just slow down, like I did after that second up down. We have to slow down, sit down, and take a break for a minute. It doesn't mean we stop, it doesn't mean we quit, but sometimes we have to take a break and just ask for some rest and ask for some peace. We have to get in those quiet areas. And if you're feeling that way, where you just get to that overwhelming point, it's actually very, very important to just slow yourself down, get into a quiet area, and really just like settle your heart and settle your soul, and really just ask God to be like, hey man, I really need some help along my journey, because God actually really wants to help us and aid us throughout that journey, because he knows that journey is long and challenging, and that he actually wants to be alongside us within that journey and help and be that strength to get us through. And a really cool verse, you guys, that really made me tie all this together, that my wife actually shared with me, comes from 2 Samuel 22:37. It's awesome. It's you provide a broad path for my feet so that my ankles do not give way. What a cool verse. You provide a broad path for my feet so that my ankles do not give way. 2 Samuel 22:37. And that is what God does for us, you guys, during our life, because life is hard. Life is challenging. And if you're living your life, if you're truly living, then you're going to be facing some challenges and adversity as you're trying to self-grow, as you're trying to stretch yourself into new areas. And that it can be overwhelming, it can be tiring, and that we're going to have those moments. So it's very important that we just take a step back, slow down, and ask God to widen our path, right? Ask God to protect our ankles. That way, we have that strength to continue and pursue the path that he has us on, and be able to do that with fortitude. And so I just wanted to send that out to you guys today. I hope you can receive that and it serves you really well going into this week, because we're on week 12 already, you guys, over the Run to Gun reps. And that, you get into it a little ways. Sometimes you got to slow down and ask for your path to be widened, and ask for that protection of your ankles. That way, your circumstances, you can gain a new perspective on your circumstances, so we can continue on that path strong. So you guys, have an awesome rest of your Tuesday. I hope you absolutely crush it, and I hope that your path widens and that your ankles are protected. And I'll see you again right here on Thursday morning, 5:35 a.m. to end week 12 of Run 2 Gun Reps. We'll see you guys later. Have a great rest of your day. If you want to share this with somebody, it'll be up on the podcast, delayed. It'll probably be up later this week or early next week, this one, so you can share it. I still have to get up some of last week's on the podcast. It's the Live Beyond Average podcast. It's on almost all major podcast platforms. You can listen to all the past episodes as well. I believe there's 171 up there. So you guys make sure to listen there as well. Share it with a friend. Tag it on Instagram if you happen to be listening. We'll see you guys later. Have a great rest of your Tuesday.